Hi, I'm Sara Butler. I'm the King George III Professor of British History and the History Department here at Ohio State. I'm a medieval historian, and my focus is on the history of violence, law, and essentially looking at death investigation in the Middle Ages. When they find a dead body, the person who finds that body is called the first finder, a very appropriate name. That person then actually has to raise the hue and cry, which is basically what it sounds like it. They have to run around screaming, "I found a dead body, somebody come help." And they have to make sure that they actually alert all of the local authorities to this. It was the responsibility of everyone living in that village who heard the hue and cry to get out there and join the hue and cry. And they would go to the next 4 villages screaming this to get everybody alerted. Now, again, that may sound like just chaos, but at the same time, the point of it is to make sure that everybody is immediately informed that there is someone who is violent out there in their midst. And if they have any information, they need to bring it forward. Now, the coroner is the one who would be responsible for figuring out what's going on with any sort of unnatural death. And he did that with a jury from the area. However, their version of a jury was very different than ours. Their jury was intended to be essentially sort of witnesses, if not eyewitnesses, people from the local community who likely would have known what happened in the situation. And they would all get together and basically run the investigation together. They would interview everybody from the community. But on top of that, they spent a lot of time looking at the body as well. They would strip the body naked. They would roll it over and over, looking for any sort of bruising or ligature marks. They were also, if they found a body in the water, they were supposed to sit on the chest to see if any water would come out of the lungs, trying to figure out if the body was actually dead before it was put into the water or if the person drowned. Any wounds they would measure. They measured actually using a candlestick that they would insert to see how deep it was, but its width and its breadth. The point here is that they did come across something that they thought was perhaps the weapon that may have been used to make that wound. They would then measure it up against the wound to see if it was the appropriate weapon. On top of this, there are also some things that I assume that we wouldn't really expect. Something like cruentation, which I absolutely love. They have a very strong sense that actually the soul takes about 6 months to a year to fully leave the body. So it is possible for the corpse to participate in its own death investigation. In this respect, if they find the person who they think may have done it, they then bring that person close to the body. And if that person is indeed guilty, the body will begin spontaneously bleeding to out the murderer. It's one of those beliefs that I think actually just, makes the Middle Ages really kind of more exciting. And it's empowering. It makes everybody feel like they get to participate in murder investigations this way.